Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to light yourself from this to this using just a couple of modifiers and a couple of lights. Coming right up. So the other day on Instagram, I posted a video of how I do my setup here when I'm doing these type of talking videos. So I did three different lighting setups. So I'm going to go through those with you right now and show you which ones I like. Right now I am using a Godox SL60, which is just an LED light that you have to plug in, but it works really well and I use it all the time for most of my videos. And then I have a couple of small Weeylite that I got on Amazon for like $50, and they work really well. So I have that over here on this side, which I'll show you. Then I have one in the back that's kind of lighting that candle right there, the fake candle. It's not real, but I'm going to show you real quick how I'm doing this setup. So let's take a look. All right, so over here, what I have going on here is I have the LED light here, and it's hitting this diffuser scrim. Now this I picked up at work. I think you could find these at a hardware store. So let me just go around and show you real fast. All right, so what I did was I put it on a C-stand, and then I have a second C-stand for the light. So I have it angled up and down, so it hits me right on the side of my face, so I can get a nice light just on my face on my right side. And I'm also using a bounce card right here. So this is actually acting as a small fill on the shadow side of my left side. Now this is one of the LED lights, one of the Weeylite that I'm using for like more of a hair light. So luckily I have a shelf here for it. Okay, and then back here I decided to add a third light. Now there's not much going on back here, so I have another second Weeylite, and I have it at a warmer temperature just to kind of light this fake candle that I have. As for my gear here, I am using the Sony a7 III with a 55mm Zeiss lens. So this lens looks really good when you're doing these type of videos. So I don't have it too far out. I do have it on a wireless mic, and the wireless mic, I'll put the description down on the bottom. It's a pretty good wireless mic. I've used it a few times, and it's good for this, so I don't have a lot of wires. I usually have a boom mic above me, but since I have a small space right here and I'm using two C-stands, I didn't want to get another stand and then trip over it. If I had more room, I would boom it and probably use the longer cord to my camera, and then I would boom mic it over myself. So anyways, this is one light setup that you can use. Obviously, if you don't have this type of diffuser, you don't have to use this. I'm going to switch it off to a softbox, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so now I have it on a softbox. So let me show you the softbox real quick. All right, guys, so this is the softbox I have it on. It's one made by Neewer. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a really small softbox. I think it costs like $50. But I have this one on me right now. So as you can see, it's lighting me pretty well. And I have this at a lower power. Okay, so as you can see, it's lighting me pretty well. So I have a controller for this Godox SL60. So right now it's at 97%. It's almost 100%. So let me turn that down. So right now that is a 78%. Let's just keep going on 25s. This is at 50%. So as you can see, it's getting a little bit darker. So it just depends where you want to go. Let's try this this is 30%, and this is 25%. So I'm not going to go much lower than this. It's already looking pretty dark. So usually I have this between 75 and 85. It depends what kind of softbox or diffuser you're using. So right now I'll put it at 90 because it was looking pretty good on the monitor. So let me know how that looks. So I'm going to show you the difference between having this LED light on and having the show card here that's giving me a little bit of a soft shadow here. So I'm going to take it out right now and show you what it looks like. So as you can see, there's more of a darker shadow right here. So let's put this whiteboard back on. And then just got to make it stand there. So you see it's just giving you a little bit more of a softness, a little bit more of a fill light right here. So I'm going to turn this LED light off and I'll show you what it's doing to my hair right here. All right, so that's without the LED light on. So as you can see, it's not a bad lighting. It looks pretty good, but I always like to step it up a little bit. So I'm going to show you with the light on right now. Okay, and that's with the light on. As you can see, it's just giving me a little bit more of a light right here on this side. So that makes it look a little bit more cinematic. So I'm going to try it without the light in the back and I'll show you the difference on that one. All right, guys, so as you can see in the back, it's a little bit darker. You can't really see the candle too much. So that's the difference. That's why I wanted to put just emphasis on a little bit of light back there. So I'm going to turn it back on and show you what it looks like. All right, so now I just put the light on and I have it at a warm temperature, like I said. It just adds a little bit more of a fill in that dark shadow, just to kind of give it more of a dynamic look to the whole video. So now we're going to switch off. We're going to switch off the softbox and we're going to show you what we can do when we just bounce light off a reflector. So let's see what that looks like. All right, guys, so this is what it's looking like with the bounce. So let me show you real quick how this looks like. This is bouncing off a reflector and it's just giving me more of a softer look. Right now I still have the power at 90% on the Godox SL60. What do you think this looks like? I mean, I think it looks pretty good as well. So far I've been liking the one with the diffusion. So far it gives it more of a nicer, softer look. But this one actually is not that bad either. You could play around with how you want it set up. Right now I have it set up on a C-stand and I have it just eye level above me. So you always want to put the light a little bit above your eye, like right about right here, and have it angled down. So that's what I have on this light right now. So as you can see here, I have the main light bouncing off this reflector and it just bounces right back to me. So that is another lighting you can do as well, which works out pretty well. And let me show you one other lighting technique that I've actually liked as well, and that's using a diffuser. So let me show you that real fast. All right, guys, so for this last setup, I have it on this is like a small, I don't know what to call it. It's another different type of diffusion, but it's really thin. Okay, now this is another thing I got at work, but I'm sure you can pick it up at a hardware store or somewhere, but the light can go through it. It'll cut a lot of that hard light. So I still have it on a reflector to kind of point it more towards here and not have it spread out so much. You could take it out too and see if you like that look, but let's try it. We're gonna turn this light on. We're gonna see what it looks like. Okay, so now we have it on the diffuser and I can kind of see it on the monitor here. So we're going to turn this computer monitor on. Now I just keep the computer on just to kind of have a little bit more of a fill as well. So I'm going to lift this diffuser up just a little bit more. And I think I'm going to maybe lift this up a little bit more. Maybe about right here. Maybe get it closer. About right there. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so this is with the diffuser. Now, for me, it looks a little bit like it's cutting out too much light. So I'm going to turn it up here on the remote. I'm going to just turn it all the way up to 100%. Now you can also make adjustments on your camera as well. So this is what this lighting looks like. And this is still with the bounce card. Now I'm going to show you something with the bounce as well. If you want to get more of a negative fill, you just need to turn this around to the black side. And you're going to notice a difference there. So if I just put it right here, you can see the shadow. So that's something, if that's a look that you're looking for, you can also put a negative fill as well. And this is with the white side on. So I just have it right here, right by me. And this is what it looks like without the white show card. Here's with it. And here's without it. So again, it all depends on what you're looking for. So I just kind of had it off to the side. I should usually put this on a stand, but I don't have another stand for this that'll fit on this table. So I just have it leaned up against the table and the wall. Now, another thing you can do is also you can bounce light off your white walls as well. So you don't always need to use a show card or any, but you can buy these at the Dollar Tree. I've seen the show cards for like $1. So you can buy some of these and just bounce light off of you. I use it all the time. I use bounce light all the time. So, because I like having that softer look. So let me know what you think of this lighting scenario right here. What I also like about these Weeylite LED lights is you could change the color. So you can go to red, green, blue. As you can see here, I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is actually a warm color. It's not coming off as warm right now, but this I could switch the colors around if I want. So if we go back here and look at it, see I can have different effects on this. There's like a lightning effect. The police is here. That's another effect you can use. That's mostly for video. There's another one, ambulance, I think. And so yeah, so right now I have it on that's like a red. And here you can just make adjustments. So I'm gonna let's just say we want to go green. So you adjust the green and turn down the red. And now it's fully green. So let's see what it looks like on the camera. All right, so that's with the green light in the back. And that's something else you can play with these LED lights. That's kind of why I like having them. So I bought two. I might buy a third one as well. So anyways, these are the different lighting scenarios, and I'm going to show you what it looks like without any diffusion and how hard that light's going to look on me with very hard shadows. So let's do that right now. Also, another thing about these C-stands is they really come in handy to hang stuff like this. So you can hang up any reflector, you can hang up one of the show cards. So it comes in really handy. Okay, so here we are without any diffusion, nothing. It's just a very hard light. As you can see, the shadows are really hard now. And I actually turned this down to 50%, so that's at 50% power. So as you can see, it's kind of lighting everything in the back as well. So I'm going to turn this light down a little bit more. So even if you turn it down, you can still see a very hard shadow here. So let's take off the bounce now. So now that white show card is gone, so now you see a very hard shadow. We're going to turn off this LED light as well. All right, so that's just with one light. So as you can see, it looks like I'm getting interrogated. So that's with no diffusion, and let's add the softbox back on, and let's see what that looks like compared to this right now. All right, so that's what it looks like with the softbox that we were just using. I'm going to add the bounce card right back over here. Okay, now we're gonna add the LED light. Okay, so that's with the LED light, with the softbox and the bounce. So you see the difference from between that one and not having any diffusion or no softbox. Makes a big difference. Now, since I wear glasses, I usually like having the light off to the side and above me so I don't get any reflection. So earlier when we were shooting, I had the softbox above here and you can see the reflection on my glasses. I didn't get to record that, but I usually like taking it off to the side and kind of having that kind of more of a dramatic type of feel to the lighting. So I'm going to add another accessory. I'm going to add one more softbox to this look. I'm going to add one with the grid. So with the grid, what it's going to do is going to have more of a lesser spread of light, and it's going to be more pointed directly at me. So we're going to switch it off right now and see what that looks like. All right, guys, so this is the final look here. This is with the newer softbox that I have that has a grid with it. Now, this is one of my favorite lighting scenarios that I like. It cuts a lot of the spill that goes onto the wall and just kind of directs it more at me. And it looks pretty good to me. What do you guys think? So let's try this without the grid and I'll show you the difference. All right, so that is without the grid. So as you can see, the light is spreading out a little bit more. It's not a bad look at all. I still like it. The thing with the grid that I like is just it's a little bit more of a directional type of lighting. Those are some of the accessories that you can use to get your lighting to look a lot more professional looking. And by adding just little things like a bounce card or a small LED light can make a big difference, especially with these RGB lights like the ones I have in the back, where you can change the temperature. Some of that changes to blue, red, green. Those are kind of my favorite go-to colors that I like doing. There really is no wrong way. The only thing I would say is just make sure that your lighting is close enough to you just right out of frame. So the closer it is, the softer it looks on you. The farther it is, the more harder it's going to look on you. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned a couple of things. And I enjoy just messing around with lighting all the time. So if you want to see more things like this, just let me know in the comments and I'll gladly do another video for you guys, okay? I'll talk to you guys later.